Hello there! In this video I decided to redraw some old drawings in my current style. As you can see, I have a pretty nice collection already, and this section is about my childhood. I will look at my earliest drawings. I was roughly 8 to 10 years old when I made these. And because I'm drawing childhood drawings, I will tell and animate some childhood stories. I remember that I loved to draw monsters and torture devices. I used to imagine a huge protected castle filled with traps, monsters and guards to protect some kind of treasure or something. As you can see, I was a Pokemon fan and a cartoon fan in general. So I've been just looking through some old drawings and I made a selection. These zombies and this guy saying I've been attacked by a zombie. This one is called King 2 apparently, like a final boss I think, some kind of skeleton monster. And this is like based on African Mask I think, cyborg guy. And these three are pretty fun to redraw I think. By the time you're seeing this, 9 months have been passed since my last scene. And I'm not proud of it. So let's start. I also remember me standing out towards my classmates. I had and I have still a really gruesome and unique art style. I enjoy drawing like that a lot. I had a phase I wanted to step it up a notch and draw clean cartoons and comics like the pros do. But I kept doing my own thing and you will see the results throughout this video. First drawing is the zombie attacking this woman. And obviously the first thing she does is literally screaming, "A zombie is biting me." I will limit it to one zombie and the lady because I don't really like the original composition much. I can see the colorful zombie virus running through her veins, so I will try to do this as well. By the way, when I was little, I was very creative and full of fantasy. I believed I could make anything out of cardboard. That one time I had a cardboard box and I used to draw on it for days. Made new parts for it and just try to make it work. I was making a time machine. And it probably looked much different in real life than it seemed in my head. It seemed so obvious at the time, maybe because I looked a lot of Dexter's Laboratory. And maybe I was jealous that he could make anything out of scratch. And maybe I was inspired. I also remember being inspired by Tom and Jerry. There was like an episode that Tom made a cart fly really easily. And genius as I was, I took my toy car, which you could ride by stomping your legs really fast. I took a stick and some tape, taped the stick where the wings should be and drove around the house. I was so confused why it would not be able to fly. I had wings, I had the speed. What is wrong with me? Okay, first drawing, I'm really pleased how this one turned out. You clearly see what I'm coming from. I also like the way I managed to capture the moment of fear. Maybe the red arm is a little bit too much, but it flows so nicely into the smoking background. I want to keep it this way. Drawing 2. A jungle fighter with an African-inspired mask. He seems to have a bow and arrow on his primitive yet genius mechanism and robot hands. Well, definitely a nice mix of primitive and new technology. I think the concept looks actually quite badass. I'm looking forward to see the end result. Next story. I was on a flea market and saw this really cool robot dog. The lady selling it told me you could talk to it. You could tell it to sit down, roll, stay. Okay, I was sold. I bought it with my own money and tested it out. I was talking to it and talking to it, but nothing happened. My mom and I went back to the lady and asked her if it was broken. And guess what? The lady told me it was a joke and she thought it was funny. But what kind of prank is that even? Luckily I got my money back and she got her stupid dog back. When I was little I used to have a lot of stomach aches, like daily, and I had no idea where it was coming from. Much later I found out it was of all the soda. I basically lived on soda instead of water, and never even realized it was a bad thing. Really strange. Okay, drawing 2 is complete. Most of my characters I draw are extremely slender and tall, so I'm glad I made this decision to tweak the design a little bit and make his face a lot longer. Like his right arm is a lot bigger because it's so much closer. Again, the smoky, dirty look I gave to the background, it just finishes the piece off. Like he's gonna strike from the shadows. Beautiful. Drawing number 3. My fused skeleton thing with a skeleton dog. In my mind he was the king of my imaginary castle. But the second kind, not the first for some reason. He has 3 heads and 6 arms and had some deadly weapons. He lived by magic, so you cannot defeat him, or rather you can't defeat them. And by the way, when I was a kid I was scared of Saint Nicholas. Or like we say in the Dutch, Sinterklaas. Every year he comes to your house on his white horse and his helpers to bring you presents on December the 6th. I saw him a few times in real life and I was scared of him. Terrified. And nobody knows why. But I thought he was just creepy. I wanted to see Santa, not Sinterklaas. I guess I was scared of his helpers Black Pete as well. They crawl through the chimney and that's why they are covered with black grime. And you wanna know something? Well, Belgium wants to cancel Black Pete. I hope it's not because of me. Because I kinda feel responsible. I was scared of him after all, and government be like, oh, let's cancel him, but I don't want it. Chances are you don't know anything about this tradition we have here in Belgium. So you might want to look it up if you're interested in this kind of lore. Oh, and I was not really a kid then, but I accidentally gave a classmate a concussion. You might think, but Frooz, how do you even do such a thing on accident? Well, let me tell you. So in school we had to play a game with a ridiculous heavy ball. You had to catch it and we were divided in 2 teams. I yeeted the ball super hard behind me and one of the girls was apparently not even looking. So I yeeted the ball and all I heard was a slap and crying. When I turned around I was like, oh god. I tried to say sorry and she was like, yeah, it's okay, you didn't do it on purpose, it's not your fault. And I was thinking like, of course it's not my fault. I would never turn my back on somebody who is throwing heavy balls. So this is my final drawing. It's a big boy. With a good boy. I really enjoyed this project. It's nice to see the progress I made and I hope you liked it too. May this video inspire and motivate all the artists watching and all the upcoming artists. If you're not an artist, I just hope you enjoyed this video. And don't be scared to try something different. A lot of you will like this style, a lot of you will hate this style. And that's okay. Thank you for watching. I told the doctor I want to think about it too far and make me an emotionless. An opening in your skull.
A hole in your head. But see it as an investment.
If you like my content, please press like, subscribe, press the bell, leave a funny comment and share it with everybody you know and everybody you don't know. It would seriously help me out in the future. And if everything goes well, I can even increase the quality of my videos even more. Thank you very much. And follow me on Instagram.